Hello everyone. Good morning to all of you and you all are welcome to the City Topper. Today we are going to study about the Union Parliament. So let's start with the meaning of the Parliament. See, the Parliament is the body of people's representatives who have supreme power of governance in a democratic country. It means in a democratic country, the people are their own masters. Ours is a representative democracy where people exercise their sovereign power through their elected representatives. As we know that the union legislature of our country is comprises the three units. The first one is the president and the two houses of parliament, that are Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha means the house of people and Rajya Sabha means the council of states. Constitution of India has provided a federal system of government. A federal system of government means all the administrative powers are divided between the central and the state governments by the constitution, and both are supreme within their respective spheres. The state government are not the agent of the central government, nor do they draw the authority from it. On the other hand, both the central and state governments draw their authority from the same constitution. India has opted for a federal system of government, though with a strong unitary bias. And at the same time, the Constitution of India has certain non-federal or unitary features also, like a strong center, a single constitution for union and state, flexibility of the constitution, single citizenship, inequality of representation in the Rajya Sabha, existence of union territories, etc. Let's continue with the Lok Sabha. The Lok Sabha is the house of the people. The members of the Lok Sabha are directly elected by the people of India. If we talk about the tenure period of Lok Sabha, so according to the Constitution of India, the term of Lok Sabha is 5 years. However, it can be dissolved before the expiry of its normal term by the President on the advice of Prime Minister. But during the time of an emergency, the period of Lok Sabha may be extended by the Parliament for 1 year at a time. The new Lok Sabha must be elected within 6 months after the national emergency is lifted. Now the composition of Lok Sabha. The maximum strength of Lok Sabha as provided by the Constitution is 552. 530 members shall represent the state, 20 members shall represent the union territories, and 2 members of the Anglo-Indian community may be nominated by the President to the Lok Sabha in case he feels that this community is not adequately represented. Do you know the qualification for membership to the Lok Sabha? No problem. I am going to tell you each and every qualification. The first and the foremost important qualification is that he or she should be an Indian citizen. Number 2, he should be at least 25 years of age. Number 3, he should have his name in the electoral rolls in some part of the country. Number 4, he should not be an insolvent. Number 5, he should not hold any office of profit under the government. Number 6, he should not be a proclaimed criminal. And number 7, he should not be of unsound mind. Now we are going to discuss the reasons behind the vacation of seats. The first one is if a member resigns his seat by writing to the speaker or to the chairman. Number 2, if a member is without permission of the house absent from all meetings for a period of 60 days. Number 3, if a member becomes subject to any of the disqualification laid down in the constitution or an act of parliament. Number 4, if a person is already a member of the state legislature and is elected to the parliament. Number 5, if a person is disqualified from being a member on ground of defection under the anti-defection law. And now we are going to discuss the parliamentary procedures. The first part is the sessions. The President summons each house of the Parliament, and each house shall meet at least twice a year, and the interval between the two consecutive sessions shall not be more than 6 months. Normally, there are 3 sessions in a year. The budget session, which usually takes place in the month of February to May. The next is monsoon session, which usually takes place in the month of July to August, and the winter session. That normal period for the winter session is November to December. Now the another important term is quorum. What is quorum? The quorum means the minimum number of members required to be present in order to enable the House to transact its business. The quorum of the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha is 1/10 of the total membership of each house. This means that the House cannot conduct its proceedings and pass bills and resolutions without the presence of at least 1/10 of its total memberships. Now coming to the question hour. What is question hour? Generally, a member of the House may ask questions from the government on matters of public interest. The right of the members to ask questions from the government is known as interpellation. All these questions are addressed to the chair, and if admitted, the government is obliged to answer them. A member has to give 10 days notice for a question. The first hour on every working day of the House is reserved for the questions unless otherwise decided by the Speaker. There are 3 types of questions. The first is stayed questions. Stayed questions are those to which a member wishes to have an oral answer on the floor of the House. The second is unstayed questions. These are the questions to which answers are given in a written form. No supplementary questions can be asked thereon. And the third is the short notice questions. These are the questions relate to a matter of urgent importance. Such questions are asked in a notice shorter than 10 days. The ministers concerned has to ask whether he can reply on these questions within a period of 10 days. After question hour, then the time is for 0 hour. 0 hour refers to the period which begins at 12 o'clock soon after the question hour and continues till the lunch break, which begins at 1 o'clock. During the 0 hour, members raise all types of questions without any permission or prior notice. The presiding officers controls the House when faced with heated discussions, charges and counter charges and constant interruptions by the members. Alright, now we are going to discuss the different types of motions. Let's see what is a motion. A motion is a formal proposal made by a member stating that the House should take up some particular matter which is of public importance. With the help of the motion, the members draw attention of the government to take suitable action on a particular matter. So among the series of these motion, the first motion we are going to discuss, this is the motion of privilege. So what is the motion of privilege? The motion will be introduced by the opposition if a minister has misled the House by providing wrong information. Its purpose is to censure the concerned minister. Now the second motion is the censure motion. The censure motion, it can be brought against the ruling government or against any minister for the failure to act or seeking disapproval of their policy. It can be moved only in Lok Sabha, only by the opposition. A censure motion must specify the charges against the government for which it is moved. And if a censure motion is passed in the Lok Sabha, the Council of Ministers is bound to seek the confidence of the Lok Sabha as early as possible. Then the next motion is the no confidence motion. This can be moved only in Lok Sabha and by the opposition of the House. It can be brought only against the Council of Ministers and not against any individual minister. Unlike censure motion, a no confidence motion does not require any specific ground. Once admitted in the House, it takes precedence over all the pending business of the House. Generally, the Prime Minister answers the allegations after the members have spoken. If the motion is adopted by the House, the Council of Ministers is bound to resign. The motion needs the support of 50 members to be admitted. And the next turn is for the motion of call attention motion. In this motion, a member, after getting the permission from the speaker, calls the attention of the minister to any matter of urgent public importance. There is no call attention motion in the Rajya Sabha, it is only for the Lok Sabha. Then the next motion is the adjournment motion. Adjournment motion is the motion for an adjournment of the business of the House for the purpose of discussing a definite matter of urgent public importance, may be made with the consent of the speaker. Now, the last motion is the cut motion. The member of the Lok Sabha have a veto power to oppose a demand in the financial bill discussed by the government. So this is an effective tool to test the strength of the government. If a cut motion is adopted by the House and the government does not have the members, it is obliged to resign. So they are moved in the Lok Sabha only. They are the part of the budgetary process which seek to reduce the amounts for grant. The cut motions can be divided into three categories. The first one is policy cut. See, what is a policy cut? In this cut motion, the amount of the demand be reduced to rupees 1, representing disapproval of the policy underlying the demand. A member giving notice of such a motion shall indicate in precise terms the particulars of the policy which he proposes to discuss. The discussion should be confined to the specific point or points mentioned in the notice, and it shall be open to member to advocate an alternative policy. Then the second part is economy cut. The objective of the economy cut motion is to reduce the amount of die expenditure, and the form of the motion is the amount of the demand be reduced by rupees a specific amount. Such a specified amount may be either a lump sum reduction in the demand or omission or reduction of an item in the demand. The third type of cut motion is the token cut. The objective of the motion is to ventilate a specific grievance within the sphere of responsibility of the Government of India, and its form is the amount of the demand be reduced by rupee 100. So in this manner, in this video, we have discussed the first part of the Union Parliament, and the remaining part of the Union Parliament of this chapter you can watch in the another video in the second part. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe the channel, press the notification bell also, and keep watching and keep learning these videos. And don't forget to share these videos to all your friends, because these videos are quite educative, quite helpful for everyone. Thank you very much for watching this video.